I work 48 hours a week. I have a social life and I even have free time to do whatever I want. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you how I still manage to hit the gym every day, regardless of my busy schedule. I'm going to break down the 4 things that I use to help me do this. And then I'm also going to give you examples of how I actually use them in my daily life. So the first thing is planning. Okay, planning is probably the most important thing that I'm going to talk about today, because all of the other rely on you planning out your day, your week, your month, whatever you prefer. Okay, without planning, you're kind of just winging it, and that's not really the best way if you want to use your time efficiently. Okay, think about your time like you think about money. You get a set amount every day or every week or every month or even every year, and you have to budget that time and money wisely. If you're feeling like you're too busy to work out, I can promise you there's someone out there who has even more on their plate than you, and they still manage to work out regularly. Okay, it's not about you don't have time, it's just you don't have your priorities straight, or you're not being efficient with your time. Okay, so what I do is I plan my week ahead of time. My weeks look pretty much the same every single week, unless I have some event or something coming up. But I have a set routine every single week with blocks of time blocked out for certain things that's important to me, including the gym. Okay, so this helps me to get to everything that I want to get to. Next up is prioritization. Okay, so you have to prioritize what's truly valuable to you. If we go back to the budget analogy, you budget the things that matter the most first, the essentials, right? Things like groceries, rent, and bills. You don't start off by budgeting for things like Netflix and shopping. You have to do the same thing with your time, okay? Start by writing down all the things that's essential or the non-negotiables, like work, sleep, and family. And once you have all those things written down, then you can start adding things that are very important to you, like for instance going to the gym. When you get it all down on paper, you'll see that you probably have more time than you realized you even have. Now, this leads to my next point, because when you write things down on paper, it's basically your perfect life. You underestimate unexpected events or just small things that you don't necessarily think of when you write it down, but they happen in real life. So the next thing is efficiency, right? Being efficient with your time. If you can be more efficient with your time, it's really a game changer. Let me quickly give you an example of what I used to do back in the day when I was still in school. So I would go to school would end at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then what most children who at least bothered to go to the gym would do is they would go home first, they would eat something, they would get dressed in their gym clothes, and then most of the times they'd waste a bit of time on their phone or something like that, and then they'd go to the gym. Okay, by the time they get to the gym, I would already be halfway through my workout, because what I did is, instead of going home, eating at home, getting dressed at home, wasting time, I would pack a bag with gym clothes, and I would also take like a small lunchbox for after school. And then I would go to the gym directly after school. Okay, so by the time the other kids would reach the gym and start working out, I would already be halfway through my workout. And just doing this saved me at least 45 to even 60 minutes every single day. So what I'm trying to say with this is just be more efficient with your time, because maybe it is a bit nicer to first go home, eat something, relax a bit. But that's time that you spend, but it's not really that valuable. Let's say you go to the gym. Let's just take the school analogy again. Let's say I went to the gym. I could start at 2:30, and then I could be done at, let's say, 3:30, right? I can be home by 3:45, 4 o'clock, and then I have the rest of the day and I can just relax, or I can obviously do homework or whatever. Where if you went home first and ate and got dressed and everything, then you only reach the gym by 3:15 or so, and then you're done by 4:30, 4:45. And it doesn't feel like you relaxed. It doesn't feel like you spent more time relaxing, but you spend time doing something, and that time is usually you driving home and then eating and then procrastinating a bit, lying on your phone for 5 minutes, but it doesn't really feel like you spent that time. Where if you just go to the gym directly, it's much quicker, and then you actually have that 45 minutes afterwards, and it feels like you actually have that time, if that makes sense. So every time you want to do something, ask yourself, is this really necessary, or can I be more efficient with this? Cut out the unnecessary steps, even though it's not that fun or it's less enjoyable. Cut it out unless it's obviously super important to you, but usually it's not that important. You can just cut it out, and then you'll experience the benefit a bit later. Then lastly is focus. Okay, so focus goes hand in hand with efficiency. They're very similar. The difference is focus increases your efficiency in the activities you spend your time on. When you're in the gym, for instance, stay focused and finish your workout. I don't mean, rush your workout. It's important that you do it properly and don't rush it. But I'm going to give you an example for me. For instance, when I go to the gym, if I have a gym buddy, I always take a lot longer to finish my workout, or even if there's a bunch of my friends inside of the gym, because I chat with them and I'll have a 5-minute conversation with this guy and then with this guy, and then I'll have a laugh over here. And at the end of the day, it just takes a lot longer. Where if you're focused and you have no distractions, and I'm not saying you shouldn't talk to your friends in the gym if you enjoy doing that, but just realize that when you're focused, you're going to complete tasks a lot quicker. Okay. The gym for me personally is something that I enjoy doing. It's kind of like taking a break. So I enjoy speaking with my friends, socializing a bit as well. So it's not a deal breaker for me if I take a bit longer, because that's part of my relaxation. But when it comes to other tasks like work or whatever, stay focused. Don't check your phone every 5 minutes. Don't have conversations with people if it's not necessary. Stay focused, finish the task, and then you'll have a lot more time. It can really make a very, very big difference. Let's just take the gym example that I've given you. For instance, if I'm really focused and I don't have anyone distracting me, I can usually finish a workout in 2/3 of the time that it will usually take me if I either train with someone else, or if I'm just not that focused. I have a lot of banter with other people, or I'm just overall not really that focused. So if you can stay focused with all of the tasks in your day and you can complete things in 2/3 of the time, I know that's not going to work with everything, but that can still save you a lot of time if you just focus when you do certain activities. So that is the 4 things that I use to help me be more efficient with my time and overall fit in my workouts, even though I have a very busy schedule. So if you're feeling like you're too busy to hit the gym, and obviously you can use this for other activities or other things that you want to do in your life as well, but we're talking about the gym specifically. If you're feeling like you're too busy, what I recommend you do is sit down and plan out your week. Write down your commitments and block time out specifically for the gym. That's very important. You can't just tell yourself, I'll get to it sometime today, otherwise you're not going to get to it. Sit down, write down the commitments, and then block specific time out for the gym. It's also important that you prioritize going to the gym. Obviously, some days you're going to be overwhelmed with things to do, and then in those times, just think, do I prioritize this more, or do I prioritize the gym more? I'm not saying give up work or other things that are very important for the gym, but make sure you prioritize it above stupid things like social media or just wasting time. One hack that I found to be very useful, and I think this is going to work for most of you as well, is if you really feel like you don't have time for the gym, just open up your phone, look at your screen time, especially for entertainment apps like social media. See how much time you're spending on there, because if you're spending an hour on Instagram or on TikTok, you have 1 hour to go to the gym, unless you prioritize scrolling on social media more than building your dream physique. So I really hope that this video helped you guys out, and hopefully you can make some time for the gym even though you're very, very busy. If you enjoyed this video, if it helped you, I would really appreciate if you can leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or feedback, you can leave a comment down below. I'd really appreciate that as well, especially feedback, as I'm trying to make my videos as valuable as possible for you guys. If you have any questions, you can also send me a DM on Instagram. I'll link everything below. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and go crush the rest of your week.